Hi, this is Paul. I want to make a video because I saw a YouTuber, bobatalks, and leave a link to his the video that I'm talking about. He made a video about what he wants in Superman Legacy. So I'm going to give you, in my opinion, what I want to be in Superman Legacy. I even wrote it down a little scratch pad so I can, you know, yeah, keep my thoughts in my head when I make this video. Okay, so this will be my opinion about what I want in Superman Legacy, in my opinion, what I want James Gunn to put into Superman Legacy. Okay, now, first thing, I got this from Bobo, his channel, and it makes sense. Jonathan and Martha Kent to be in this movie. Now, in a lot of iterations, Jonathan dies before Clark goes off to become Superman, to find Jor-El and all that stuff. He usually dies, and I remember Superman the movie when he dies, and in that point where he says, he has a heart attack, and at the funeral he tells his mom all the things I could do, and I couldn't even save him. That's a pivotal moment in that movie, that his Earth father died, and he couldn't do anything, even with all his powers, to save, you know, to save him. And then he went off to discover who he was, and that's when he found, the fortress and everything else. And like a lot of movies, he dies, and I think even, but I think there's also a lot of iterations where he lives, at least for a while, at least. I mean, on Smallville, I think he didn't. Jonathan Kent didn't die until like the fifth season. I think he had a heart attack, and then he killed off Jonathan Kent. Then he had like a heart attack. I think it was the end of the season. So he was on the show for like, I think, the first 4 or 5 seasons. I think he died in season 5. I think. I would have to go back and look, but I think he died in that season. That was like a pivotal moment for Clark. That his father, who they were so close. That's what makes Smallville so great. But also in Adventures of Superman and Lois with Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher, uh, Jonathan Kent was on that show too. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if he died towards the end of the show, but I don't think he did. I think he survived the whole show. I think, because it's been a while since I've seen that show. But I know he was on the show initially in the beginning, but I don't know towards the end if they killed this character off or not. I'd have to go back and look. But I think it's good to have some iterations where Clark gets to talk to both of his parents. I know a lot of it. They do it where his father dies and his mom's just, and he has his mom that he takes care of. But I think it would be good just to have his mom and his father in the movie, and for him to bounce things off. Like, let's say he comes back after a hard day at work or something. He flies into Smallville to talk to his parents. Even to talk about Lois Lane and stuff, and his job and everything else, about even being Superman. And I think having both his parents there would be a real good emotional moment and stuff. And I can't wait to see who they cast as Jonathan and Martha Kent. I know they were saying, I heard rumors about maybe Kurt Russell being Jonathan Kent, or maybe Kurt Russell being Jor-El. So I don't know which way they're going to go with that. Um, let's see what they go. But in any event, I have full faith in James Gunn to cast good actors for that pivotal part of Jonathan Kent and Martha Kent. Okay, now this next thing is just a kind of a fan service thing, in my opinion. You don't. I mean, this I don't think is going to make or break the movie, but having crypto in the movie, I think would be cool. Okay, it's just something a little different. Having the dog. I know some people just may not like it, but I think it would be cool just to have to have him in there. Have somebody, super dog that he grew up with. I think that would be just cool to have that. But if they don't have it, good. That's just more my the fan inside of me that would kind of want it, but it's not necessary. But I'm just this is my opinion. I'm telling you what I would like to have. I wouldn't mind them having crypto in the movie. Okay. Okay. Now, as far as the Lois and Clark whole romance thing, I would rather in this movie Lois not know who Superman is, and we're gonna know in this movie that Clark has been Superman for a couple of years. But I would like Lois not to know that Clark is Superman in the movie. That she thinks they're two separate people. But during the course of the movie, she gradually figures it out until the end. That she actually confronts Clark, and that she knows he's Superman. I think that would be a great moment to have in there, and that kind of ties in to another thing that I would like the conversation to have, because I think this was in the Adventures of Superman when I think Clark told Lois that he was Superman, or she figured it out. And, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen that show, so I don't remember how Lois eventually figured it out, or if he just told Lois. I would like him to, when he explains to Lois, that he's Superman, or Lois comes to him and says, "I know you're Superman, Clark, and why didn't you tell me," or whatever. And then he goes, "Listen, Lois, Superman is what I can do." And I think this is exactly what Dean Cain said. I'm gonna have to Google it and see if he said this. Because it probably, hold on, let me see if I can do this right now. Because I remember this, the line very distinctly. Uh, but I don't know if it was in the animated show or the movie. Hold on, let's see something. Uh, Hold on, I'm gonna type this real quick. Is what? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there it is. Yep, it is. It was Superman and Lois. I knew it was. Yeah, exactly. Basically, Clark tells Lois, Superman is what I can do, but Clark Kent is who I am. It is the opposite of Batman. That Clark is the real person. That's who he is. That's how he was raised by Jonathan and Martha Kent in Kansas. He's Smallville. He's all of that. He's a little nerdy or whatever, but he has, that's who he is. That's the heart of him. That's the real person. That's not the mask. Superman is sort of the mask for him, but Clark Kent is who his true personality. That's who he is, and that's how I kind of want him to tell Lois. Say, listen, you were gaga over Superman. You didn't even see me. Me, Clark Kent. Okay, so how do you expect me to feel? You go and gaga over this other person. And she said, no. Well, you're the same person. He said, no. Superman is what I can do. Clark Kent is the real person. That's who I am. At my heart, that's who I am. And I would want you to like me for me, Clark Kent, rather than what I can do, which is Superman. Okay? And again, like I said, it's the opposite of Batman, where Bruce Wayne is the mask and Batman is who he truly is. That's who, Bruce Wayne truly is. That's his personality. And the billionaire or drunken playboy, that's the mask to fool the world so they won't know that he's Batman. But it's the opposite with Superman. And that's, I kind of want to see that in the movie. So that way, once you solve that, once you have that in this movie, then future movies and stuff, you can continue on the story with them, with them actually dating and all that stuff. But I want this movie to be her, not knowing but gradually figuring it out to the end, and then maybe at the end of the movie have her confront Clark and he tells her exactly how he feels, which I think would be a great moment to get good, you can have good acting with that. And also, speaking of that, I definitely would like to see Lois interviewing Superman. That would be a real good moment. Like maybe she, like he rescues her, or maybe like he's in the middle of a rescue and stuff, and he's getting ready to take off, and then she stops him and says, "Yes, you're going to interview me." You know how Lois is, so take charge. And he says, "Okay, I'll give you an interview." And then he scoops her up and flies her maybe into the top of the Daily Planet, and he lets her interview him. And he tells who he is. That'll be another great moment. I love those moments where Lois interviews him and basically tries to trip him up to try to find out who he really is, but he doesn't really give her anything. That's one of my favorite moments in the Superman the movie, where he's interviewing Lois and stuff. Well, Lois is interviewing him. Excuse me. Uh, anyway, another thing that I want to see in the movie, Superman doing super things while busting criminals. Like in the original Superman the movie, after Superman saves Lois Lane, and then he flies off, and basically you see him rescuing a cat out of a tree, stopping a criminal and stuff. I want to see Superman doing super things with regular criminals, like stopping regular criminals, like chasing down an armed robbery, picking up the truck, delivering it in front of the precinct or something, like Superman doing Superman things. Okay, like with regular criminals. I think that would be this great scene. And I think James Gunn is going to give us that, because Superman, because he's a big comic book nerd like everybody else, so he's going to give us those things. So that's what I want to see in the movie. And also the scale of the world. Now, what I mean scale of the world is like, since this is a world that has superheroes in it, like I would like to see Clark in Paris and like rescuing people all over the world and stuff like that. So we know that the world is big, and maybe even going into space for something, maybe like the shuttle, astronaut shuttle or something is falling and he has to go into space to catch it or something, just to give you a scope of the movie. And maybe there's even a watchtower, so just to give you a scale of the movie, so it's not just concentrated on Metropolis. So Superman is this movie is like worldwide. I know they're gonna film it, I think in Atlanta and then I think in London or something, but just to let you know that the Clark's world is big, and I think it's going to be big anyway because we're going to have Hawk Girl in there, Green Lantern, and Mister Terrific and Metamorpho. So I definitely think Clark will be Superman will be interacting with those characters, and that's our moments that we're going to see, which I can't wait to see those moments with him interacting with other heroes. That's going to be cool. And Batman doesn't have to be in this movie. I know a lot of people, well, not that I would mind, because like I said, they haven't even cast Batman yet for that. But if they did, by that time, maybe there's an after credit scene with him going to meet Batman or something, or Batman calling him or something. I wouldn't mind that at all. But I know a lot of people don't want Batman anywhere near the Superman movie. They just want Superman, the focus to be solely on Superman. And I can understand that. And like I said, James Gunn, I have total faith that he will do this because James Gunn knows how to make movies with multiple characters. Look at Suicide Squad movie, the Guardians of the movies. He knows how to make movies with multiple characters in it, okay, and still keep the focus on the main characters. So I have total faith on James Gunn about that. Now, also, what else? Yeah, Scale of the World. Okay, Lobo. As far as Lobo is concerned, we know Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo. Okay, so I don't know if he's going to be. Is James Gunn's going to have him in a post-credit scene or in the movie maybe? Either way, I would love to see again Jason Momoa as Lobo. That would be great. Again, this is my opinion, so this is what I want. And I know people some people will still say, "Oh, there's too many characters. You should just focus on Superman and Lois." Come on, like James Gunn said, you have to show. If you're showing sides of Superman and Clark Kent, you have to show the Superman side, and his Superman side would be interacting with other heroes. So that makes perfectly sense, and other villains. Okay. Now, as far as the villain is concerned in this movie, okay, I don't want it to be Lex Luthor, okay, because Lex Luthor's been done to death. Okay. I would like Lex Luthor to be in the movie, but more in the background, like a background character that you've heard of him. Like even if you see like headlines saying Lex Luthor buys building or whatever, or helps the space mission or whatever, and you can even have him like be behind Metallo or something like that. Like he sends as a test, send Metallo after Superman just to test to see, kind of test his limits and stuff. Okay, I wouldn't mind that, but not as the main villain. Okay, as the main villain. Okay, again, like a lot of people, I would love Brainiac to be the main villain. And then when I say Brainiac, you can kind of give it, he's a Kryptonian villain, like I said, and you can. I would like Brainiac to be like he could have like a physical body that Superman can actually physically fight. Okay, but he, like I said, Brainiac is like I said, the supercomputer, and he could be doing stuff where he takes over all of like control of all the nukes and all that stuff. He's like Brainiac is Brainiac. Okay, a powerful villain. So he's probably one of the deadliest villains Superman ever has, and I would love for him to be one of if the main villain in this movie. I would love that to happen, or even Parasite. Okay, the character Parasite. I loved the version of Parasite that we got on the Superman the animated adventures that was on like CW, Saturday mornings years back. I love that. It was like purple with the white stripes. That he could, if he touched Superman, he could absorb his power and all that stuff. And I love that Parasite. That character is very cool. I would love that character. But Brainiac would be my first choice to be the villain. So I don't know who James Gunn is going to fit. Now I also heard the rumor that maybe members of the Authority would show up as well, and maybe that's going to be the contrast that the Authority will be like sort of heroes, and they're going to kind of clash with Superman because they're going to their way of stopping villains is real like lethal, whereas Superman would just just capture people and turn them into the police, where the Authority is just like they sound. So if they do either way, I would first like I said my first get is Brainiac, but I know the Authority is supposed to have their own movie and stuff. So if they interact with Superman in this movie, I wouldn't mind that as well because I know there's those characters I don't know that well, the Authorities, but I know I've seen pictures of those characters and all that stuff, and that would be great casting to see who they cast as those characters. I think, especially for the Authority, I think you should have no more than 5 members, or 5 or 6 the most members, because I think eventually what's going to happen is there's going to be a Justice League is going to form, and they're going to have to probably take down the Authority. Okay, it'll be probably too much just for Superman on his own. So maybe he'll go to Batman and say, "I need help," or go to whoever else is and they form the Justice League and take out the Authority. I could definitely see that happening down the line in the Justice League movie down the line, probably after Batman Brave and the Bold comes out. But anyway, so I think that's my couple of things that I would like to see, in my opinion, in Superman Legacy. Why don't you feel free to let me know what you think down below, what your choices would be for Superman Legacy. What do you want to see in it? Okay. And oh, wait a minute, I forgot one last thing. Costume, suit. Now people are saying, like, I didn't mind the Henry Cavill suit without the shorts. Okay, I could go either way. That really doesn't matter to me. Like I said, there's moments where I love the Superman, Christopher Reeve, his suit. It just fit the time. Okay, it looked fantastic. The only suit that I really didn't like was 2 suits that I really didn't like. I didn't like the Brandon Routh. To me, he had too small an emblem. I think that was just way too small. It should have been. Other than that, I would have loved that suit. It should have just had the emblem should have been bigger. Okay, to me that's always bugged me about that. And also Tyler Hoechlin's suit in, I think, the first season of well, actually, I think was it the first? Yeah, I think the first, and before he had a show when he appeared on Supergirl and all that stuff. The suit with the straps on, I think that was ridiculous, with big red straps on it on the Superman suit. That was ridiculous. Like, I like the suit that he has now, and like I said, he had the 3rd season stuff. But if you put a gun to my head, I would have to look at a picture, I guess, of and you know what I could do? I probably could have to look at a picture of the actor who, because I know people have done fan services. The guy who's been cast as Superman is like have hold on, let me see something. See, hold on, forgot his name for a minute. Hold on, I just forgot his name for a minute. The guy who's been cast as Superman, David Cornsweet. Yeah, David Cornsweet. I would love to see a shot of him. You know what? Hold on, let's do this. Okay, I can do it this way. So let's see. Let's do it this way. Hold on. Superman. Suit with shorts. Hold on. Let's see that. Hold on. Images. Hold on. Let's do it this way. Yeah. See, I'm looking at these pictures. Oh man, hold on a minute. Hold on. Jesus. Yep. See, I'm looking at this picture of Brandon Routh. I think this is Brandon Routh. He has shorts. Okay. The tight. And it looks fantastic. So, like I said, I would, and Christopher Reeve always looked fantastic in shorts. I didn't mind the Henry Cavill without the shorts, but I'm looking at this picture of Brandon Routh with the shorts, and he looks absolutely fantastic as Superman. Nice big emblem and stuff. And but I could go either way, to be perfectly honest. I did like the new. Let me see the new 52 suit. See the new 52 suit. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, see, I'm looking at a picture. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, see the new suit. Yeah, I wouldn't even mind the new 52 look without the shorts. I think I could go either way. I just don't want to see the Superman with the black emblem. I not the black envelope. I mean the the first. If you watch Superman and Lois, remember the first suit that he said his mom made for him. That's the first the Action comic look. Okay, that suit I never liked that one, but I think the New 52 suit I wouldn't mind that either. I think that looked cool to me. The way they showed the way I forgot the artist that drew this, but it looks cool to me. But anyway, so I could go either way. But if you put a gun to my head, I think he looks good either way. I think he would look good, but I would have to see, and maybe they're going to release once they start filming, which will be next year, I think, and then release, because I know they're going to be filming outside a little bit, so you'll probably get to see what the suit's going to look like. But either way, looks good to me. Although, like I said, maybe I'm used to it because I've seen Henry Cavill without the shorts on for a while, but Christopher Lee looks so good with the shorts. But I could go either way with it. Doesn't matter to me, as long as he looks good in the suit. That's the most important part. That he looks good in it. Okay, so anyway, let me know what you think of Superman Legacy. What do you want in that movie? I gave you my choices. Let me know what your choices are. Feel free to leave your comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link down below to my main channel, Trepacer, as well, down in the description box. Also have a link down below to my Patreon. Okay, my Patreon's only $5 a month. Tons of content on there. Tons of unedited content on there. I got DC shows, Marvel shows, movies as well. So follow the link down below. Only $5 a month. If you want to support me that way. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long. Take care.